Opera. So, how much do you know about opera? Yeah, well, okay, that's a start. But how would you like to know more about it? What do you mean, no? Come on. It's art. It's culture. It's... People are impressed if you... It's like really educated, in the know types know all about opera. You should really... Okay, look, you've got 10 minutes, haven't you? Well, most people learn about opera the hard way. By going to them. Like, who's got the time for that? I mean, you gotta dress up. They take hours, and there's all that singing. So you figure there's gotta be an easier way to find out what opera's all about, right? Well, here it is. In La Traviata, this courtesan, or upper-class prostitute, is throwing all these wild parties even though she's sick, and this young guy, Alfredo, falls in love with her, and they go and live in the country, but his dad asks her to give up Alfredo because she's shaming their family. She says okay and sneaks off. Alfredo gets jealous, and at party, he throws money at her, which I guess is bad or something, because she swoons. Anyway, at the end, she's poor and dying, and Alfredo arrives at the last minute so she can die in his arms. Carmen takes place in Spain. The soldier Don Jose falls in love with a gypsy named Carmen. She gets thrown in jail, but he lets her escape, so he ends up doing time instead. Afterwards, they meet up. She does some crazy gypsy dancing that makes him desert and join their smuggling band. After a while, they hate each other, but he still loves her. There's a bullfight, which is actually a big ripoff because it happens off stage. Don Jose wants Carmen back. She says no way. He stabs her. She dies. Don Giovanni spends all his time seducing women, which seems to be just a nice old-fashioned term for raping them. He kills one girl's father and then invites the statue for dinner. The statue shows up and wants an apology, but Don Giovanni won't repent, so the statue pulls him down into hell and the house is all burnt up. Aida takes place in ancient Egypt. The princess loves the soldier Radames, but he loves her servant girl Aida. Well, he has to. The opera's named after her. His army comes back from some war with Aida's father enslaved. Everyone's cheering, and the Egyptian king announces his daughter will marry Radames. Aida gets top-secret battle plans out of Radames for her father, who is then killed while trying to escape. Radames goes on trial for treason and is sentenced to be buried alive. Meanwhile, Aida has hidden in the vault so they can be buried alive together, and they both up and die right then and there so as to be dead before the opera ends. This guy escapes from jail and his painter friend helps him hide out. The painter is arrested and tortured until his girlfriend Tosca tells where the first friend is hiding, though he kills himself before being captured. Then they drag the painter off to be shot, but the chief of police promises the bullets will be blanks in return for Tosca's favors. She agrees but stabs him and runs off to the painter to tell him that they can escape after he pretends to die. Of course he pretends real well because they're using real bullets, so Tosca throws herself off a tower. Tristan and Isolde is cool because it has knights in armor and magic and stuff. Isolde is going to become King Mark's wife against her will. She hates Tristan, but of course she loves him too. She plots for them both to drink poison, but they get a love potion instead, so they just sit staring at each other like idiots. Even though they're warned in time, they can't bear to leave each other, and King Mark finds them. Tristan is wounded, and when Isolde shows up to cure him, he gets so excited he rips off his bandages and dies in her arms. These two other guys kill each other, and then Isolde just falls over Tristan's body and dies right there, of love or something. Madame Butterfly is set in Japan. This American sailor named Pinkerton buys a Japanese wife named Butterfly. Pinkerton takes off, Butterfly has his child, and no one has the guts to tell her he's remarried in the States. She finally finds out and kills herself. The Ring of the Nibelung is actually more of a mini-series because it's 4 full operas. These girls in a river have this gold, and a dwarf steals it and makes a ring from it. The head god Wotan gets the gold back, but there's a death curse on the ring, and these two giants get the gold, and one kills the other and then turns into a dragon to guard it. Wotan wants the ring, so he decides his illegitimate human son Sigmund will get it for him. Sigmund, meanwhile, falls in love with his long-lost sister Sieglinde. He picks a fight with her husband, so Wotan gets Brunhilde to protect him, then changes his mind and orders her to kill Sigmund instead. But she doesn't want to, so Wotan gets Sieglinde's husband to kill him, and then Wotan kills the husband too, just for the hell of it. He punishes Brunhilde by putting her to sleep on a mountain in a ring of fire. Sieglinde has Sigmund's baby Siegfried, and she dies, so the kid is raised by the brother of the dwarf who stole the gold because he figures Siegfried can get the gold back for him. Sure enough, Siegfried grows up, kills the dragon, drinks its blood, can suddenly understand birds, decides to keep the ring for himself, kills the dwarf, and wanders off into the woods to find a wife. That's where wives can be found, I guess, for there is Brunhilde. He wakes her, they fall in love. However, there's this King Gunther whose half-brother Hagen wants him to marry Brunhilde and wants their half-sister Gudrun to marry Siegfried. Hagen's father was the dwarf who started this whole mess, so this is just another plot to get the ring, which Brunhilde now has. Because of a love potion, Siegfried falls in love with Gudrun, then takes the form of Gunther, gets the ring back, and claims Brunhilde for Gunther's bride. Brunhilde is a little peeved over this and tells Hagen that Siegfried's protective spell doesn't cover his back. Hagen kills Siegfried and then kills Gunther too. Brunhilde grabs the ring back and throws herself onto Siegfried's burning funeral pyre. The river maidens fight with Hagen over the ring and pull him down to drown. The flames from the fire spread to Valhalla and all the gods die too. The end. So now you know what opera is all about. We've looked at 11 operas and we have seen torture, adultery, theft, prostitution, incest, war, bigamy, treachery, boozing, wild parties, premarital sex, slavery, magic, jailbreaks, corruption, blackmail, jealousy, heartbreak, love potions, arson, cruelty to animals, smuggling, fights, rape, a walking, talking statue from hell, execution, suicide, and murder. We've seen people shot, stabbed, poisoned, burned, drowned, buried alive, flung off towers, and pulled directly into hell without even dying first. Altogether, 26 dead, plus all the gods at the end of the ring, which brings us to a grand total of 38. That's it. That's opera. Nothing else you need to know. Just a lot of people in costumes falling in love and dying. Yep, that's pretty much it. Oh, except for the music. There's singing, too. See, they don't actually say anything, so they sing everything. Lots of music. Yep. Some of it's kind of nice, too, if you like that kind of thing.